All right, we have it. We've got a little bit of rainfall. If you look closely at this America's Mattress live tower cam, you can see some of the drops coming through. Mostly you can see it as it's superimposed against the greenery here. But yeah, light rain occurring right now. We've been under a flood watch for the central portion of the mountain zone, specifically though the Glenwood Springs area, eastern Garfield County, getting closer to the Grizzly Creek burn scar. Now, Interstate 70 already shut down one time today. We did get this upgraded to a flash flood warning during the midday hours, and as a result, subsequent safety closure on I-70 per CDOT. It has since reopened, but during this, the detour is Colorado 13 to the north, and then Colorado 9, north or south, depends on which direction you're coming from. And 13, there was a car accident. So that kind of shut things down for a little bit on that alternate route. But the good news is we're open right now. The bad news is we're under a flood watch. We have more storms tonight. The possibility exists that this will get upgraded to a red flag warning. I should say flash flood warning, which would then be that closure. Twice in one day, not totally unheard of, but we are getting into this active pattern. So travelers, please, you need to be well aware of the situation in Glenwood Springs. They received about 1/1500th of an inch of rain earlier today. Now we reset the calibration and we're trying to get some more rain in, and we have the evening hours to do just that. Current wind speeds, I expect a little bit more for the Grand Junction Airport. Probably another 40 minutes as this storm gets closer. We'll start recording stronger wind speeds, but 10, 15 miles per hour. Top wind gusts of the day should not be realized right now. We should probably get into the evening hours with another rounds of storms coming through. But so far it's been about 15 to 30 miles per hour. On par with just a little bit of activity. The more activity we get, the stronger those wind gusts will be heading into the overnight hours. Temperatures waiting to cool for Grand Junction, 92 right now with a storm cloud overhead, 81 for Montrose. We've had plenty of dark rain clouds across the area this afternoon. That's going to continue through the evening hours. High temperatures, these are not official, but this gives you an idea. This is pretty close to the averages for this time of the year, so we were competing with those storms. The storms got in early, heat couldn't go any longer, so this is about the average, 90 and 95. Montrose, Grand Junction, that's right where we should be. We hit 91 and 94. Again, not official, but we're going to look at that in just a moment. We're starting to see, again, darker clouds moving over the Montrose into the Gunnison area, storms over the mountain zones, storms coming off the Uncompahgre. I'll get to that in just a minute because that's important for many of us right now because the majority of us are in Grand Junction. Storms right into the Eagle County area. This is Dow Junction, Highway 24, Battle Mountain Pass. That's probably a little bit sketchy. This is some high altitude storms, nothing above 12,000 feet right now, but high altitude storms nonetheless. The Grizzly Creek burn scar, storm free, not cloud free right now. And of course, up towards Meeker and Craig, we have little isolated cells moving through. A lot of the storm motion has been coming from the south to the north. There's a little bit of a northeasterly jog. Storm motion is anywhere from 15 to 30 miles per hour. With that, you could get some wind gusts out of it, 40, 45 miles per hour. Lightning strikes, we are recording lightning around the Norwood area. This is the portion of the Uncompahgre where we do have these cells that are going to split off from this and move across the area. So many little mountain communities are going to get their own little storm cloud this Friday evening. And as such, we had one pop up off the Uncompahgre starting to track across the Grand Junction area. Not all locations. For example, Fruita, we're still dry right now. Palisade, we're still dry right now. But as this storm and the intense storm aspect of it, and probably some very small hail along with heavy downpours occurring up in the Glade Park area. So our residents that drive up Little Park Road to get to Glade Park tonight, movie under the stars, this should all clear out after that or after this storm system, and then we'll have clearing. And we should have at least a decent night around sunrise for those movies this evening. Of course, we need that sun to go down first. That happens right around 8:40. But this is going to continue tracking northeast, so this should affect the airport, and it'll give us an official measurement of rain and an official measurement of wind out of this. Futurecast keeps just some isolated storms during the overnight hours. Getting into Saturday morning, should be a relatively quiet start, still mild. Most of the storm motion tomorrow will be to our east, or I should say the Genesis sites will be to our east, but that still doesn't rule out a couple little darker clouds. But tomorrow's going to be one of the fewer storm days, and we get into Sunday, we should be concentrating on temperatures more than storm coverage. So we have a hot one coming in for the end of the weekend. In fact, record temperatures for the Sunday-Monday period, including Saturday as well. Records are 104, 105, but that's a stretch of hot temperatures, and that's a stretch of days that will go longer with the heat and have the storms come in during the evening hours. So we won't be competing. We're going to be looking at hot and muggy conditions. I say muggy relative to the western slope because we're not used to 30% humidity, and that's where we're at. We have our dew points in the 50s right now or higher, and that's good storm. That's good storm potential in the atmosphere. Montrose, we're still going to be looking at showers and thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon, but by the end of the weekend, we'll all be taking a bite out of that hot sandwich.